Hi, this is Nick, the Intermediate DM. This video will focus on ideas for your first campaign. So when I first decided to be a DM, I really wanted to jump in and design my own small one-shot campaign. For those unfamiliar, a one-shot is a campaign that's meant to be completed in one session of anywhere from maybe 2 to 6 hours, depending on what you are doing. I drew on inspiration of things I love, like Star Wars, Harry Potter, or Lord of the Rings. So while making my plans, I came to the decision to make a one-shot based on The Hobbit. It was basically a run-through of the Goblin Cave. One player who was a halfling eventually found his little secret passageway that only they fit through, and they kind of headed off in their own little direction. Meanwhile, the dwarves and the human wizard didn't really know what happened to their halfling companion. After that, the halfling found a magic ring, got into a battle of riddles with another small creature, and while the dwarves and the human wizard were battling through waves of goblins, which while they weren't necessarily really strong creatures, their continuous waves weren't giving my players much opportunities for short rests. Upon finally escaping, they did meet up with the halfling again, who did have to battle through their own small groups of goblins at one point. When they escaped the cave, there was 3 large orcs outside that they had to fight, who were considerably stronger than the goblins they had been fighting this whole time. My players did quickly figure out like this was based on The Hobbit, so we did have a lot of fun, and it was enjoyable for all of us playing. Ultimately, though, this campaign was just a hack and slash. It really focused on the combat side. Only the halfling really got any sort of experience of interacting with something that's not purely combat. So while it is fun and a lot of people do really enjoy that side of Dungeons and Dragons as a test of their own strength, it wasn't a full incorporation of everything Dungeons and Dragons had to offer. Plus, had my group not really known much about The Hobbit, the storyline wouldn't even made sense. Like they didn't really know, why are we in this cave to begin with? Why are these orcs outside that we have to fight? So without prior knowledge, I didn't really give them a good storyline. So my suggestion is not to actually make your own campaign the first time you run as a DM. There's a lot of really good pre-made campaigns out there. The one I would suggest first and off-getting, it's called the Dungeons & Dragons Starter Set, and I'll post a link to where to find it. It comes with a small booklet of things to kind of read aloud as a DM, so it tells you the information to give them the setting, to start off their storyline. It tells you what NPCs, non-player characters, are in that world, so they kind of have people to react with, and they have to learn how to gather information and how to buy supplies and how to move forward with the storyline. It gives you stat sheets already for all the enemies they're fighting, and it comes with 5 pre-made characters already, so they already have their character. Through the campaign they go from levels 1 to level 5, and it tells them their new information after leveling up. So they get stronger, so you don't have to go through the hassle of character creation. You don't have to go through the hassle of what do we do when we level up, and the downtime that entails leveling up. You just kind of play through. So this benefited me when I played this later, so it helped me grow as a DM and get a good idea for how to set the storyline, how to create NPCs that are both useful and entertaining. And it was good for my group to understand not just the combat. Most players pick up the combat part pretty quickly. It's the nuances of dealing with other NPCs. So getting into the political and the social aspect of the game, where you're actually having to deal with people and get information and understand the direction of your storyline. So while we still had fun in my first campaign, we definitely got a lot more out of it once I went to a starter set. So my advice is actually start off with the pre-made. You can find ones online that are free too. If you just, I'll post links to some sources. You can browse through and figure out if one's suitable for you. But my strongest suggestion is actually to get the starter set. Once again, I'm Nick, the Intermediate DM. This is my YouTube channel. I hope you like the video. Feel free to subscribe and leave any comments, and I'll see if I can get to them. Thank you.